pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll do a roll call here first. John Devoe, Sharon here, Bill Holman here, Brian Madison,
Here.
Jay Wilson,
Here.
David Derlin,
Here.
Mr. Myers, Tiffany is not here. Before we go on any further, we gotta have a vice chairman, elected vice chairman. So nominations up.
I will nominate Bill. It was.
I think he downloaded you.
Yeah.
No? He let him do it.
And is anybody else got a nomination? Can we have a second on his?
Yep, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? We can go.
Congratulations, I think. We'll spend it all on one spot.
It's a massive salary.
You get a big raise for
The
that.
raise for that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we do the minutes from November meeting. Anyone have any comments on that? Additions or
I
anything?
have no additions or corrections. I don't know if we did.
Anyone else? Fine. Ken?
Make a motion to approve the minutes. December 23rd.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? Okay, we're gonna just skip right down here to the public hearing for, there you go, oh, there it is. For Green Gould, can you make a motion to open the public hearing?
Should be open, isn't it?
Oh,
It has been opened.
No.
Make a motion to open the public hearing for the Green Gould subdivision.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, go.
Any nays?
Mr. Chairman, I'm Michael Connor, I'm with Mr. Green, who's here tonight. Basically, what we have before you is trying to divide the land that was behind the houses that was on the front of Patton Mills Road by adding pieces to all those front houses, or almost all of them. We're not creating new lots. We're making the existing house lots larger, in essence. And that's the map that you have before you.
Who? No comments from the public? Close the public
Make
hearing.
a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, you guys have anything? Any questions from the board? None? Secret.
Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulation?
No.
Will the proposed action result in change in use or intensity of use of land?
Nope.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
Nope.
Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area?
Nope.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in existing level of traffic, affect existing infrastructure, mass transit, biking, or walking?
Nope.
Will the proposed action cause an increase in use of energy if it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities?
Nope.
Will the proposed action impact existing public or private water supplies,
No.
wastewater treatment utilities?
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in natural resources, wetlands, water bodies, flora, fauna?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage?
Nope.
No.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health?
No.
Make a motion to make a negative declaration.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. Motion approved. Motion to approve the project. I'll make the motion to approve the project.
There's no sticking,
No stipulation.
no sticking.
To authorize Mr. Holman to act as chair, secretary to sign the law.
So you can sign.
Okay. Well, you gotta bring that up.
So approving, and make it secretary for somebody to sign.
I'll second both of those.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Here, that's the word.
So this is done.
Who wants the rest of these, right?
Just one.
I'd like a couple.
You're gonna have one, you call one.
Thank you for taking me on board.
Yep, no problem. Yep.
Sorry if I interrupted you with
That's okay.
my video.
Let's see. Okay, Larry Harris, still in here, anybody here for Larry Harris? Springbrook Hollow, Barn System.
Good evening, Board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And for the record, Lucas Dobie with Hutchins Engineering in Queensbury, the project engineer. And with me is the two of the partners of the Springbrook Hollow Farm Distillery, Dave Bannon and Matthew Colucci. They can certainly answer the operations questions much better than I can, so happy to have them with us. And got a nice project. We're quite proud of it. They used to do really well for the town. The business is doing well farther up Clements Road. And this summer, they recently purchased a corner lot on Clements Road at 149, which is a real nice piece of land, quite flat, very sandy, excellent visibility, and excellent site distance. So very pleased about that purchase to really get the project going for them. They'd like to build it this year if possible. There's a lot of moving parts with all our regulatory agencies. The lead agent, if you will, is Adirondack Park Agency. And we also have Lake George Park Commission for the site permits. It's just inside the Lake George Drainage Basin, believe it or not. And then we'll have DEC for the general construction permit and the septic. And then Department of Health for the septic and the food service. And then finally, another big one is DOT for the highway cut. I believe it's a lot of thought has been put into it over the years by the applicants, and we've got the design pretty well nailed in. We did make a submission to Park Commission, and we've got a round of comments from them, which we have not addressed yet, but we wanted to get before you folks, and appreciate any feedback that you may have on it. And also, you may recall that Mrs. Bannon recently got approved a 3-lot subdivision. Lot 2 of that subdivision will merge into this project, which is just north on Clement Road. We need the extra space for the truck maneuverability and septic and stormwater. We heard back from the park agency, a request for additional review time. Did submit in early December, and they asked if they could have till February 1st for their first response. So
Okay.
we appreciate any feedback and questions you may have, and we look forward to working through the process.
What's that, the signage, you have the signage there, the 5x20, is that HPA tunable, 5x20?
What that is it's the same thing we did at the Moose Campground.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
We went round and around with them on that, and got them to accept counting draw a rectangle around your lettering towards their square footage, because their square footage is very, very low for a commercial use.
It's like 32 foot, isn't it, or something like that?
I think it might be 48.
Is that what it is?
If you were to use that as your billboard area, that wouldn't
Pretty
amount
small.
to anything.
Right. I remember Moose Hill Lot, they had a problem. They had a big problem. And the building itself, the metal building?
Yes, so it's 60 by 60 distillery, wood frame, then this nice pole barn style construction as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Wood frame.
wood frame, trusses and everything, and then the 36 by 60, the tasting room, and then a nice outdoor porch area.
What's the outside of
The materials,
the material?
I'd have to have.
Metal,
Metal,
it'd be metal, yeah.
metal
It's
siding?
gonna look like a barn. Got cupolas on it,
Yeah.
it's gonna look just like a big barn.
The color?
I don't know. I don't really, we haven't talked about the color. We haven't really talked about color. I don't know, it's gonna be, I don't know.
Not purple or pink, or something.
No, some normal color.
Adirondack looking, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's gonna look like a barn. It's gonna just look just like a dairy barn.
The tasting room will have an Adirondack theme in it too.
Yeah. And there's gonna be a few, like the entrance into the tasting room will have a little porch over it,
Yep.
with wood columns.
Columns,
But it's just very straight, simple, not anything particularly elaborate.
You're not having food right away, right?
Food, no. We're gonna,
Just pizza,
it's stuff,
small.
finger, small stuff. It's not a restaurant.
Right.
There's no restaurant.
That's gonna be the future.
Well, I don't know, we don't know, you know, our restaurant, we haven't talked about a restaurant. We may at some point have a cook, maybe a chef or someone come in once in a while, you know, they have a dinner or something. But we're not planning on getting into the restaurant, other than, you know, we might have a pizza oven there or something like that, but it wouldn't be a restaurant, so to speak. And it isn't a bar either, it's not a bar.
It's a tasting.
Tasting.
Taste, and then right where we currently are, there's no room for people to actually sit down and enjoy themselves. It's really just standing only. So we're pretty limited in what we can do right now. And we're out of square feet. We're in 6 states now, so our distribution, we don't have enough square footage to do what we have to do anymore.
And you don't have the approval from the APA yet.
No, they're in our experience, they're the last ones to issue permits. Once everybody else is in line and happy, then they'll start their, I think it's 45 days, 9 o'clock to issue it.
There was no entrance at all on the permit, right?
That's correct.
Nothing there.
We don't feel
Everybody's
it.
coming out
Right.
on 20 minutes. Hey,
Now, are you gonna get rid of the place in your backyard, the barn? And
Pardon?
are you moving the distillery from your house? Is that-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's all moving to the new
New
location.
building, okay.
Everything's going into the new building.
And you had those 2 grain silos.
There'll be two grain silos. I don't think there'd ever be 3. It's mostly corn and rye that are in the silos. And they're small, one's a 7-ton and one's a 3-ton. And we're just gonna move them over, they're not very big. And then the other grain, we use malted barley, but we don't we buy that in bags from a Argyle malt guy.
So we already have 2 silos on the other.
We have, and those won't be
Down
moved.
there, look at that.
Yeah, those will be moved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, I don't think we would buy new ones. I mean, we have, you can move them pretty easily, so. Just move them. Everything's gonna get moved. Same equipment, pretty much. Just move it to the,
Put them in the other part. Okay. It's good size building.
The nice thing too, so we have no waste. We feed it to the local cows, a little bit of waste that we have. So there's really no waste when we deliveries.
John Batchelor gets it for you. It's cheese.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Any other questions, Ryan? Ryan, Chair?
Pretty well thought out.
Okay. What do you want to do about the site plan? You want to have an engineer look at it? Or you want to know what's there?
Seems pretty.
I'm pretty good because there's so many other agencies, he's gonna be, you know,
I don't have no problem with the way, with that at all.
I mean,
Okay?
I have no recommendations, I looked at it, I mean, it looked great to me, and
Okay.
Yeah, it seems pretty tight.
Yeah.
Thought almost everything.
Like Bill said, we get so many agencies.
Somebody shows up at the phone.
That we do, Mr. Chairman.
I mean, I can't believe the APA is so overworked that they requested longer lead time, it's like, really?
What's your time, your hours gonna be?
Well, the distillery will be open, it's to 9 now.
So depending on.
9
the
to
season-
5, and then in the summertime, the tasting will be open till the time, 8.
Probably the latest would be like 8, yeah.
That's,
Depending.
We're open in the morning, which, it varies a little bit, but John shows up about 8 to 9.
Yeah, right
And
now.
he's just working, making moves, you know.
We're 9 to 5.
I think you should add a drive-through.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there, I mean, you know, to be COVID safe. you know,
Yeah, that
just
would
have
be
a
something.
drive-through.
Tax-free goose.
Okay.
Down south.
You have anything, Mr. Blair?
Make a motion to move it to public hearing next month?
For the site plan and, for a public hearing next week. What you doing? You're putting that on the motion?
I'm moving it to the public hearing.
And accepting the site
Well,
plan as it is.
If something shows up, do you wanna leave it open on the approval, or do you wanna like?
Oh, wait, no, it's absolutely open. All you're doing is accepting the application and setting a public hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I wanna do.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? Okay, public hearing, we'll have next month.
This is what, February?
The 20th or something.
One is second.
Second? February 22nd.
Washington Burger.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Mr. Chairman, did you find the APA local government notice form in our submission package? Or if not, can I leave one for you?
I didn't know.
Okay, that's gonna be the first comment to me,
Okay.
'cause I didn't include it.
Didn't come from- You're gonna try to start it in like March or something like that? March?
The project? Yeah, as soon as we,
As soon as we can.
the agency is to get
We're
through.
just waiting for the approvals, as soon as we get them, we're gonna,
Yeah.
We've been working on this for what, a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
In general.
we don't really have a contract, we
Yeah.
talk to people, but we don't wanna, get anybody lined up yet, we don't know when.
Until you know, right. Well, you never know with the state, that's for sure.
Yeah, we hope to start in the summer.
You didn't hear anything from DOT about the cut or anything, or nothing yet? the driveway cut?
We did send it to them and they're.
Yeah, just, it's all there,
Slow
yeah.
side too, but we're gonna push harder on that now. We expect there's gonna be a summit meeting with APA and try to get everybody together to hash it all out in one shot. So it should be coming to life shortly, so.
Big grant, one with a signature. It's not a quiz.
We did talk to Washington County Herald for it.
Oh, I don't see why anybody, you know, it's like you said, you got good sight distance, everything is, you know, fine there.
We're only moving a quarter of a mile. Yeah, from our current spot.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, doable.
Yep.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. See you last time.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything else? Nothing? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
You second. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstention.
Yeah. No names. No names.
Courteously.